We're looking at a pretty wild situation in Iran. It's a real ceasefire paradox. So get this, new satellite images show Iran is digging, right in the middle of a ceasefire.
We're seeing heavy equipment, like front-end loaders, clearing rubble from blocked-off tunnel entrances. So why are they digging? They're trying to get to missile launchers buried by earlier strikes.
And this number right here, 50%, is absolutely key to this whole story.
Yeah, U.S. intelligence says about half of Iran's missile launchers actually survived a month of fighting.
So here's the timeline. You have the strikes, then a ceasefire, but they're still digging.
So, what does all this digging actually mean? Well, it reveals two totally different competing truths.
First, the strikes were a massive success, taking out a huge chunk of Iran's available missiles.
But on the other hand, this digging shows just how resilient and prepared the regime is.
So, if the fighting starts up again, you can bet these same sites become targets once more.
And get this, all of this is going on while the highest level talks in decades are happening.
Apparently, both sides say they want a deal. They're trying to cool things down, you know?
But there's a major catch, a huge one, actually, that complicates everything. The U.S. is running a blockade, and legally speaking, that's considered an act of war.
So if the U.S. is committing an act of war, what does ceasefire even mean here?
Thing is, nobody seems to know the exact terms of this deal. It's all incredibly uncertain.
Which brings us to the million-dollar question. What happens if there's no formal deal?
Well, it really seems to boil down to two paths: a fragile diplomatic deal or more fighting. And if strikes do resume, experts are pointing to these as the most likely targets.
It leaves you wondering, the last deal took forever. Can you really slap one together in weeks?